Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been um, a really long time, I would say. I got extremely busy at work and I just did not have time to kind of edit my videos and do voiceovers, and it made it really awkward too that I was off on the weekends and I didn't really have the room to myself to record a voiceover. But today we are doing a challenge that my friend had given me. Let me pull that up. She did take a picture, kind of drew the outside of the house as well as the interior and what should go where. So I did my best to kind of do it as accurately as possible. And to be more specific, this challenge or this house was based on a Mies van der Rohe inspired or Farnsworth inspired home. So the challenge was to recreate the plan that she made in The Sims 4 using modern minimalist style. She said I could clutter if I wanted, but follow the layout and style, stilts if possible, and then the central wall to be the accent wall in bright orange. So obviously I didn't get to do the whole stilts thing. Instead I did it raised in the platform, but everything else was pretty accurate. I'm super excited about the new update, because now we do have sliding doors, and originally the other door from the bedroom leading outside was supposed to be a sliding door, but we didn't have that back then when I was doing this, so I had to make do. It was fun. It was really fun to make, very simple. You'll notice that I'll be adjusting like the size of each room every now and then just to make things fit the way it was in the layout that she gave me. Overall, it's a tiny-ish house, but it works, and again, I really liked how it turned out. I kind of decorated the outside a bit, that way it wasn't just the house. I find myself liking this door a lot. Like, I feel like in a lot of my recent builds, I do use this as the front door for homes, but lately I've kind of been into remodeling apartments instead of actually building homes, but fingers crossed I'll be inspired again to build like full homes. So to kind of cover that, the back of the stove, I did use a half wall and then just kind of move the counters a little bit, that way it looked like it was still part of it. It does get covered by the dining table. What else did I do in this house that was fairly... Well, I do adjust this room and make it bigger. Oh, was that quiet? Did I just delete it and copy it again? But anyway, I do adjust this area to be bigger. I adjust the bedroom area to be bigger too. And the one thing that this house does not have is a shower, which I'm a little upset about, but I couldn't fit it. I couldn't fit it anywhere else. Or maybe I could have, but it would have been really, really tight. Who knows? Maybe I'll play around with it a little later and kind of see if I can fit in a shower. What else? I have been extremely busy at work. Again, I do have the weekends off, which is nice because I never used to have the weekends off. In my first job, my Mondays were Fridays, which kind of sucked because Fridays were one of the busiest days in the restaurant I used to work at, and so were Saturdays, and obviously Sunday brunches. Sunday dinners, not so much, but I always came in early anyway to kind of help out the pastry chef in the morning, because I knew it was busy, and it was just the two of us kind of switching here and then whenever one of us was off, just one of the other hotline cooks would kind of take over. And then my next job as the cake decorator, the lead decorator was always off Sunday, Monday, and so that meant I had to be there Sundays, because we did deliveries on Sundays, and deliveries meaning we had to deliver the wedding cakes to whichever venue, at either the one on site, or we had to drive about 10-15 minutes to our sister winery. But I do have weekends, and again, makes it a little bit awkward because I never had the room to myself in our previous home. But now we have a game room, everything's set up, and I'm super happy about it. We got matching L-shaped desks. Obviously our rigs are different, like he has a different PC than I do and a different monitor than I do too. But I think we have about the same mouse. His headset is the wireless version of mine, and we did get gaming seats as well from OP Seat. And I remembered when I first sat in it, I was so excited because it is the comfiest chair I've ever owned. Which says a lot, because I have sat in some comfy seats, but this feels amazing. If I sit on it for a long time, my back doesn't hurt as much as it does when I sit on other comfortable chairs. But yeah, no, and then the one thing we did was my husband's is black and blue and mine is black and red, and so the lights on my setup are all red as well, and his are blue. So I thought that was really cute. We have Marvel posters as well on the wall. On top of his side, he has Spider-Man. On the top of mine, I have Captain America. And when we were hanging these up, Captain America actually did fall and almost knocked over my my monitor. And then we also have like a wooden one of the Hulk and the Wolverine. There are a couple figures kind of strewed about the place too. In between the two posters, the Spider-Man and Captain America one, we have my collection of Funko Pops. But anyway, so it looks like the main area is almost fully decorated. I figured since the orange wall was the accent wall, that could kind of be like the accent color too, and that's why I decided the dining seats could be orange. That way it's not just all white and like, I don't know, like I feel like all white is just too clean. Like I like the look of it, but personally I think it's just a little too much. So I tried to do the same in the bedroom. I just did not like the way it looked, and so I did my favorite little like egg-shaped chair. I've always wanted to own one myself. So yeah, bathroom is pretty small. Again, I couldn't fit in a shower. I think if I used a different tub, I could have fit in a shower, but this is what was on the layout, and so I'm just following it. As usual, I love using those mirrors, and I kind of overlap them. That way it's like one huge thing instead of like with a line running through the middle. The bedroom is pretty simple. I wanted to put in a wardrobe, but then I realized I would have to take out one of the windows to kind of do that. Otherwise, the window would just be looking straight into the wall of the wardrobe. Again, it would have been awesome if we did have sliding doors here, because then I feel like I don't know, I just feel like it suits the place better. And then it probably would not be hitting the bed. Not that it matters here, it still works. I tried looking for a rug that would go well under the desk, and any one that I found, I just felt like it was a little too much. But I settled for the round one instead, because you still need a rug under your desk and your chair to protect your hardwood floors. And that is something that we did get for our game room. We did get like these clear plastic mats to put under our chairs. And mine just kind of towed something that was up, so I'll fix that after this. The kitchen, pretty simple. I did get rid of 2 windows eventually, which I figured was okay since it was in the back of the house. I did not want to do that in front, because in the drawing that my friend made, it was all windows in front. I put plants in to kind of fill in the space a little bit, and I just really like the look of having plants in your home. Sometimes I feel like I overdo it a little bit in my Sims build. I don't know if I'll ever have as many plants here in my own home. Maybe fake ones. We have too many, we have too much yard work to do already. Let's see. I decided to put mirrors in the kitchen to give it the illusion of more space, as usual. I feel like I have an obsession with putting mirrors all over the place in The Sims. Let's see. Am I about to start the yard? No. What was I trying to do? I built this some time ago, so clearly I don't remember what my train of thought was building this. But I think I built this pretty quickly. And it was very straightforward because I did have something to kind of look at and compare to, whereas other builds I just would look like on a photo of what it looks like outside and not really the layout inside. So I really like this dresser. Like, I love the way it looks. So I really wanted to get it in this house, and I'm glad I was able to use it as kind of like a console table there in the front. Again, I tried putting a mirror here. I really wanted the one that's outside right there, close to the bookshelves, to be in the bedroom, but it didn't work out. And then I tried putting a painting inside on the accent wall, but it did not make sense to me because, one, it's the accent wall, like, why cover it up with a painting? So instead I guess I decided to put a bunch of paintings inside the bedroom, just so that it wasn't so plain because the ceilings are so high. It looks like I'm having trouble finding the paintings I wanted. Oh! Did I keep this in? It looks like I did. Which ones do I choose for inside? Interesting. I really like those paintings just because I like abstract paintings a lot. I think like my personal style would be something like that. Speaking of personal styles, for our home, I don't remember if I mentioned this in my previous video that we were in the process of buying a home, but we do have our own house now. House? Both. And I love it so much. It was the third open house that we went to, and we both fell in love with the home. I would say for my husband it was probably immediately. For me, I kind of slowly just started to fall in love with it, and as soon as we left the open house, we contacted our agent right away and said, we want this house. And it was probably the most stressful, I don't know, 2 months I've ever gone through. And between me and my husband, I tend to be more of the calmer one. He's more of he worries a lot, and I'm glad that we kind of balanced each other out in that sense. But so we've fully moved in. We only have a few things inside the house. Still, I did not want to rush buying all the furniture. I really want to be able to buy furniture that we both really like, that we both know will last us a long time, instead of just picking one for the sake of having one inside the house. So, the one room that I would say it's mostly furnished would be the game room. One, because we spend so much time in this room that it made sense to have it fully furnished before everything else. Obviously the bedroom has we got a new bed and obviously a new bed frame. We did it during Labor Day weekend, so we were able to save a lot on that. And the style that I kind of want to go for in this house is kind of urban industrial, just because that mixes a bit of like metal and like wood, and it's kind of like a mix of what my husband likes and what I like, so it made the most sense for me too. But it looks like I've pretty much furnished the entire house. Again, my friend said I could clutter, but I felt like it was such a modern looking home, it did not make sense to clutter it so much. Although, you'll notice that I did put a little bit, just I didn't overdo it like in some of my other builds. Not that I was very good with clutter to begin with. I would say I've slowly gotten better with cluttering places up. So here I've decided to use my favorite blinds, because you wouldn't want people to just be able to peep into your home, would you? Then again, you decided to go with a house with all windows, so although I'm pretty sure homes with kind of like an all window feature either have their windows tinted or they have blinds like these that obviously you can pull down and it will just cover or give you some privacy. So I was trying to figure out what the heck to do for this one, and then I realized I can use the same blinds because the door's clear too, so it can cover you know what I mean. Looks like I had a bit of trouble kind of moving it around. Like, I think when it reached the height that I wanted, it would glitch out and kind of move back. Looks like I decided to leave that area out in the kitchen, which kind of made sense. I feel like some areas in the house you can probably leave pretty open. I feel like the kitchen should be one of them, just because I feel like you need to have a lot of light in the kitchen to begin with. So there was that. I think I'm pretty much done with inside the house, and so I'm just kind of decorating the outside a little bit. That way it's not just plain, and I decided this sim could have a pool since there was enough space anyway. And I kind of wish we had a pool. But at the same time, I know pools are a lot of work in real life, so I'm kind of glad and kind of bummed that the house we have doesn't have a pool. But we do have a really nice back area with a pergola, a little kind of like herb garden. In the back we do have grapefruits, a lemon tree, and a nectarine, I believe. Excuse me. We also do have a raspberry vine. We did have tomatoes, which we had to get rid of because it wasn't growing up. It was kind of just sprawling through the ground, kind of untamed. What else did we get rid of? we had a mint plant in the back. We removed that, as well as the tarragon. I know the mint most probably will come back anyway. We also have rosemary in the back, which I plan on repotting or putting it in a pot because rosemary tends to spread a lot. What else? I think as soon as I'm done with the outside, I think it's just the screenshots after this. So I don't do anything too crazy or too like manicured for the outside because I felt like the inside itself was already so neat and so clean that it made sense that the outside was not quite the same. On this side, I figured you have this much space, why not have a little sitting area? So there we have it. I think I have a little bit of a problem with the table in between those two chairs. It kept like what do you call it? Kind of pairing with the chairs instead of being able to move it freely when it was. There we go. See. What I don't understand is why I didn't. Oh, that's why. That's why I didn't do the table first. Okay. Well, it looks like the house is pretty much done. Next shots are screenshots of the house, the main entrance, which I really, really love, the kitchen. I couldn't help myself, I just had to put those chilies there. The front door, the bookshelf with the accent wall, and the bedroom. Very simple, very clean. Again, not much clutter, although I feel like maybe I could have cluttered up the bedroom a little bit more. So yeah, that's it. That's the first challenge my friend gave me completed. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye.